Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Black Falls. I've done something that I kind of said I wasn't gonna do, but I did it anyway. You'll probably notice up in the top left corner there is a button by the name of Traffic Manager. I downloaded Traffic Manager and I downloaded Traffic++. I've got all the features that those two mods can bring, and I've been playing around with them a little bit. I'm not really an expert at them just yet, that's for certain, but they definitely have their upsides, and they definitely can help you screw up your city at the same time. So I have to really dig into it, but I'm going to do it in a different episode than this. I have an idea for today's episode, but we are going to just kind of give you a little bit of an introduction to it. This one here, Road Customizer tool, very interesting. You can set the speed limit on roads, you can set what kind of cars can be on certain roads, that sort of thing. The other thing you can do is pick lanes and say what destination that lane can go to. So for example, this lane right here can go straight or right. If you didn't want people to be able to make a right turn here, you can just click forward and you'll see now they cannot turn right. So anybody in this lane will not make a right-hand turn now, which is very, very handy for... I think you can just click it off if I remember right. Or just do this and it'll fix it back again. So that's very, very handy if you want to control some traffic flow. Like if you wanted to have a dedicated right-hand turning lane. The problem that I've found with it so far is that, at least on my setup, if you did it on this one, you just made this a right-hand turning lane, people will not drive in this lane until they get to the intersection, then change lanes like you might regularly do. And then in this one, that now you can turn right, they often don't want to use this lane, I've found, which is rather mind-boggling, but it may just have been the way I had it set up before, and when I get some more time to experiment with it again, I'll check it out and see. Traffic Manager is a really neat one too. You can turn off and on traffic lights at will, which is very handy. You can add priority signs to intersections. I believe we need an uncontrolled there. So you could say, this is the main road and I want these cars to yield to these cars. So you can do this and put a yield sign. So that means these guys get priority, these guys yield. You can turn this into a stop sign. I prefer the yield signs because it doesn't slow traffic down as much. You can manually control traffic lights. Apparently there's an error. Great, okay. Or you can do time traffic lights. And this deserves its own little tutorial in and of itself, and I might do that. But you can see you add a state. Like you'll say, okay, these lights will be green, these lights will be red. Then you say how long will that state happen, then you do it all over again for the other way. And if you want to have, like in some busier intersections, they'll have one side, like this light will go green for these people. They can turn left, right, straight, do whatever they want, and then this goes red, and then say a next one goes and go around in a circle. You can do that too, adding 4 states to the traffic lights. So it's a cool tool. It can also be very detrimental to your city too if you do it wrong, or if you get the wrong timings. You have to keep an eye on it. Add or remove crosswalk. I haven't really played with this one yet at all. Don't know what that does really. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't really know how to use that. And then clear traffic, you can just essentially nuke your traffic is what I understand, and I haven't done it yet. Very neat tool. The other things that are in these traffic mods, bus lanes. I'll just draw one out here to show you. These are dedicated bus roads, obviously. Buses only can go on them, no cars. And they've got all sorts of varieties of them. They've also got the larger streets with them as well, and the lane is right by the regular lanes, which is kind of nice too. I didn't see anything in here or in the 4-laners, but in the 6-lane and 1-lane there are certainly bus lanes. There's one-way ones as well. These guys are pedestrian paths. So you got a gravel, not pedestrian path, but pedestrian road. Gravel pedestrian road. Now, the cool thing about this is, the problem with pedestrian paths before is, one, they weren't zonable. These are zonable. As you can see, you can zone right on that pedestrian road. The other thing you can do is, say you want your emergency and service vehicles to be able to go on here. Well, you can set that. You can set buses, garbage trucks, hearses, emergency vehicles. You can also set the speed of these roads as well. So very, very cool mods. Altogether, I think it's going to add another layer of complexity to the city, which I like, because I don't think that there's too much complexity in the game right now, and probably could be some more. And so I'm going to play with that for sure, and definitely show you guys what I'm going to do with it. But for now, I'm not going to touch Traffic++ or Traffic Manager. So what are we going to do for today? Well, I keep coming back here every day and seeing this monstrosity and the traffic backup that it's creating. I had told you before, this was based on a real intersection, and it's not quite the same one, because in that one there is a road that goes like this that lets you turn off onto this lane, and this is only a left turning thing to go onto this, so it's not quite set up. It more realistically, it would look like something like this. That would be the more real way to do this, and perhaps I should just do that. But I think we haven't done a whole lot of interchanges in this series at all. Even in my last series, I kind of plunked down some interchanges and called it a day. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do an interchange here and just see what I can come up with. So I'm going to pause the game and start doing some bulldozing, because I do not like this one bit. And we're going to try to get maybe a little bit creative with this. I have not delved into how to do interchanges very much at all, so who knows what this is going to come out like, but I'm going to give it a shot. So we know for sure that we want a single road that goes over all of this, just like we had. And I'm going to bump this up again. Let's see. I wonder if I should maybe do 2 high. No, I'll stick with 1 for now. So we'll go straight to the pillar there. And let's make this as close to the road as possible. There, and then down, just like we had it. Okay, so we know we want that one there. And now we need to make some highway on and off ramps. And I think I want to try to get traffic from here to over here. So we're going to make, first of all, an off-ramp here. And we're going to, maybe we'll pull this out first. Let's back this up a bit. Pull this off at, we'll try to do this symmetrically. So I'm going to note the angle, the numbers here. I'm going to write these down actually, so just bear with me. I'm going to try to get right onto 40 degrees. Come on, mouse. 39.9. Okay, 39.9 it is. 8.3 cells. Let me just jot that down. Okay, so then I want to bump up. And then I want to make a nice sweeping turn across that road and back down onto the far side. So we're going to get a curve going. We'll go out 13. Let's try 13 first. Yeah, let's just bring this as close as we can. I'm going to note some of these numbers. So we're at, how many cells did we go out? We went out 13. I'm going to write this down. Out 13. And don't want to make it quite like that. I want to put this second pillar as close to the road as possible. Okay, so we're out 13 cells, and let's note the angle. I just lost it. 166.3. Can we go any better than that? I kind of want it to still stay nice and curved out, so... Okay, 166. 13.3 cells. Okay, I like that curve. And now we want to continue. Let's see if we can get that same curve. 13 cells it was. Yeah, it didn't quite curve the way I was hoping it would. It's coming a little bit close back to the road there, so I wonder. Maybe going out 13 was too much. Nope, that seems to be too little. Let's go out a little longer. 30 cells. Let's try 30 and see what that looks like. Ooh. That's pretty gross looking. Okay, shorter than that, definitely. It's not making a very nice curve here. I wonder if I use the freeform tool, if that'd be better. Yeah, much better. Okay. Doesn't quite look right. So I think maybe we will move this just a touch forward. I'm just going to eyeball it because these angles are going to be very hard to duplicate. How does that look? It's not horrible. Okay, so then I guess we kind of do something similar on this side. And maybe we'll go like right inside of this. Could we duplicate that exact same thing? That's what I'm curious about. Except maybe we'll go up twice. No, I don't even think we need to go up twice, because we're going to come through quite a bit lower than that one anyway. That kind of looks neat. Okay, so we're getting traffic from here to there, which is good. We can get traffic from here to over here, which is also good. Traffic from there to here. How are we going to get traffic from here to this road? That's the next mission. So we could do something very, very simple on the inside of this, I think would work just fine. If we can pull a road out from here, that is. Looks like we can. Let's go out just a little bit so we have some way to come back. That's kind of gross, I want to say. Can we do that in one go? Probably not. Okay, let's... No. Just sizing up what I could do here. And it doesn't look like we have enough room in between the two highways to make a curve, nice curve that will come back. So we'll have to start the curve a little bit earlier and go out a little bit more. Try to kind of parallel this guy without it snapping. Let's get an overhead view that'll be easier to build with. See, I could go there, but I'm wondering if I can come around this way instead. No, I can't get down fast enough. Okay, go down. Not quite. Oh, we might be in luck. It's just not gonna quite get that pillar. The pillar is just slightly in the way. Darn it. That would have looked really good if we would have been able to do that. What can we do? Suppose we could continue over this, potentially. Let's see if we can get over there. Nope, not quite. If we double, we could. Ooh, that might be interesting. Don't like that curve, but I like the idea where this is going. There we go. Functional. That definitely does exactly what I need it to do. Definitely does that, but I don't know that I like that bump up. If it was bumped up the entire way, maybe that would look okay. Let's give that a try. So let's start with this piece. We'll just take this out. And we'll try a curve going 2 up from here. Oh, I might have gone a little too inside with that one. Okay, I'm digging it. I'm liking it. Looks a little roller coastery right here, but that's okay. We'll have to give our citizens some fun stuff to drive on. Look at these guys. That's funny. Okay, so we got traffic this way going onto this highway. Terrific. Traffic can go straight. That's great. What about traffic coming this way that wants to get onto this highway? Well, we would try to do something kind of like what we did there, but I'm wondering if there's any more room in this monstrosity. We could do it coming out that way, but well, let's see here. Or we could just do like a ramp down off of here. Just do the simplest kind of thing we could possibly do. Something like that. Wonder if that's going to slow traffic down. Suppose we could have done that there too. Just something like this. Oh, why doesn't it want to do it for that side? There. Really? Let's try it from there. Nope. Okay. How about here? That's interesting. Well, this one managed to do it, but this one won't. Just curious as to why that is. Let's try a little more interior, I guess. Still nothing. Well, isn't that funny? Okay, let's run through the traffic and just see if we've covered everything off. So we're coming down this way on the highway, and we want to get into town. Where do we go? Apparently I have deleted that off-ramp, so we need to definitely get that back on. And we had two here before. We had one coming out here, I believe, from this road. And it was going onto this, but we might have to draw this one backwards now. There is a pillar there. There's several pillars there. This might be a bit of a challenge. Let's try straight just so we can... Still wants to put a... Oh, we had one right there. Okay, terrific. So we can get out off of here. But I want one that lets us get off onto this side so that we can get to the commercial district as well. So I'm just going to grab just one like that. Okay, so we're coming down this road. We can get off here. We could get off here. Or if we want to get over to the industrial zone, we take this off-ramp here. And voila, we're on that road. And if we want to get onto the other highway, we have a few choices. We can take this off-ramp, come up here and go down there. Or we could go into the industrial area, turn that corner and come back this way. So we've got that taken care of as well. Let's go from the other side of the highway. Coming this way, we could exit here to go to the industrial area. If we want to go to the city, we take that ramp, this one here, and we can turn off of there. And if we want to get onto the other highway, we could take this exit, cross this intersection, and that didn't do anything, so we gotta back up here just a sec. How do we get onto the other highway from here? We don't have a ramp. We don't have a ramp anywhere around there to do that sort of thing. Alright, let's just do something really, really simple. We have these in Canada. I don't know if you guys got them where you live, but they're little sort of U-turn lanes. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, but functional. Okay, so we can do that as well, and we're coming this way. We want to get on the highway going this way. We would go... Where would we go? Not anywhere, actually. That we need to figure out. So, how do we do that? We could make a... Oh, I've got an idea. This might be a bit silly, but we can make a ramp coming off of here. If we can get this to work, this is going to be genius. Slope too steep. Really? How so? It just does not like any roads off of this thing. What if I pulled it off of this one? Slope too steep. I was going to try to make a connector onto this thing, but it doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Okay, anyway, you can go down to this intersection and then take a right, or yeah, left and go this way. That's pretty convoluted just to get out of town onto that highway, but whatever. The other thing we could do... Wait a sec, we need to reverse this, don't we? Before I forget to do that, we need to reverse that. Yep, that's right. Or you could just not come into this part of town. You could come out onto the highway from here. So I think we're okay. I'm going to take a closer look at this and see if I want to make any changes. But otherwise, let's get our traffic flowing and see what this looks like. As soon as all these hoverboards and hover cars get out of the way. People are making a left turn onto that. I do not want that. This is where the traffic mod is going to come in very, very handy. Where do we want to do? What do we want to do here? Oh, intersection, right. So this guy, if I click on it, can only go to there. No left turn. Oh, we've got some pretty big backup here already. Is there a stoplight there, or what's the deal? We might just have to wait for the traffic to clear up just a bit. The other thing to alleviate traffic just temporarily, I know this is going to look kind of terrible, but we'll do it anyway, is to make a ramp coming like that. And then the trucks don't have to go to this intersection anymore. Jeez, you stand over there and let all those cows moo at you. Is this now working for no left turn? They are still turning. It may take a few minutes for them to comply with the traffic direction. Holy smokes, we've got traffic in that area. I'll work with it, guys. It's a concept. That's going to be it for the day, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.